The sun isn't pushing it and something else is. Interstellar object 3I Atlas, guys, another mystery. New images again, they keep coming every day. They're not from NASA, they're from other astronomers that are looking at this thing, and many are wondering, what is it doing? What is it? You probably have seen my last videos about it that are really blowing your mind. But now, what if I told you that an object from another star system, definitely an alien object, one way or the other, I'm always saying whatever it is already confirmed it's alien, whether it's on a rock, space junk, spaceship, or what the heck. So it's moving in a way that gravity alone cannot explain. And now we're seeing something else on the new pictures. Something else is giving it an extra push. And this push, guys, stays perfectly constant no matter how far away it travels from the sun. We've talked about this in my previous videos, that the sun of course has a lot of energy and solar winds, and that this can give it a push. But the further away it gets from the sun, that should change, right? So now it doesn't. So we've talked about Harvard professor Dr. Avi Loeb said, well, they could be jets, like spacecraft jets. But that's not it, guys, or not all of it. There's something else that I need to tell you. What if I told you that the strange teardrop glow around it, that especially we looked at it in my last video just a few hours ago, we compared it to a flashlight that you shine on fog. You can't see the light bulb, but you can see the fog glowing around it. So what if that might not be gas at all? What if that is a swarm of thousands, maybe trillions of small objects flying with it? Guys, we have to break this down. This is highly interesting again. So please, take a coffee or something else. I'm having one. Sit down and digest what I'm about to tell you. And if you can, give this video an early like and click the hype button to support my channel. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers for doing that. So the teardrop mystery of interstellar object 3I Atlas. It baffles us day by day, new picture by new picture. In November 2025, so basically just 2 days ago, astronomers looked at 3I Atlas after it was passing the sun. It was in perihelion when it was hidden from Earth. We couldn't see what it was doing. And then they saw something strange, something other than the already strange stuff they already saw, the 13 anomalies. Watch this video in the end screen, guys. It's crazy. They saw a teardrop-shaped glow that is stretching towards the sun. We still have the antitail. So it's like the object had a long sun-facing extension. And you especially see it in this image. And this image is not AI created or something. This is 3I Atlas. This is interstellar object 3I Atlas. And just as a comparison, I'll show you the image of another normal comet. Do you see the difference? I certainly see it. So that teardrop, how we call it, teardrop glow, is very unusual because comets normally stretch away from the sun. Now 3I Atlas is stretching towards it and away from the sun. And that was only the beginning, guys. Wait for it. We're dealing, I mentioned it at the beginning, with a push that shouldn't exist. NASA's JPL Horizons tracking system has noticed something important. You always see the graphs, right? That shows where 3I Atlas is going. We just talked about the change in direction when it was in perihelion and it's now going towards Jupiter. Also, check my videos about that, guys. So they noticed 3I Atlas is getting a tiny extra push that does not come from gravity. This is called the non-gravitational acceleration. So if you now wonder what that is, I'll explain it to you in simple words so that you really understand how important that is. The sun pulls everything inwards with gravity, but 3I Atlas is also being pushed slightly outwards by something else. That push is extremely small. It's only about 0.0002 of the sun's gravity. So that is 1 part in 5,000. It's not huge, but large enough, guys. Because here's the weird part. Listen to this. The push gets weaker the same way that gravity gets weaker. Both drop with the square of the distance from the sun. So this means the ratio stays exactly the same no matter where 3I Atlas is in its orbit. That's bizarre. Natural forces do not usually match the sun's gravity this perfectly. Is this our 14th anomaly? I would almost say so. Natural forces, that means normal comets, do not have this. Their acceleration does not match the sun's gravity this perfectly. So is something imitating that? And now I know, guys, I know what question you want to ask. I'll get to this because I have that question too, and I researched it. What direction is the push? Of course, that's important, right? The push is away from the sun. In simple term, gravity pulls it in, something else is pushing it out. The push is small, but constant relative to gravity. So to make the math easier, scientists treat it like the sun has slightly less mass when dealing with 3I Atlas. Of course, it doesn't, right? That is just a mathematical trick, not reality. But they say it helps them model the motion. And here comes a fascinating idea that Harvard professor Dr. Avi Loeb has lined out. Imagine interstellar object 3I Atlas is not alone. I'm not talking about alien people. Imagine it's traveling with a swarm of tiny objects. Maybe some probes accompanying it. Who knows? No, we want to look for proof that this is hopefully normal. No, normal, it's not normal. I should not say that. Natural. So if it's traveling with a swarm of tiny objects that cause that, what could these objects be? A cloud? A cluster? These objects do not get the strange push. They only follow normal gravity. They stay slightly closer to the sun than 3I Atlas, because 3I Atlas is being pushed backwards. Does that explain the teardrop shape? So if they started together, 3I Atlas gets pushed, it falls slightly behind. The swarm stays closer to the sun. So Atlas is here, the swarm is here. Is that this anti-tail that we're seeing? This would be an explanation. This would create this teardrop shape that we see in the images. We definitely see it, not only in one images, in so many images. So a simple explanation would be, well, simple. 3I Atlas runs ahead. The swarm lags behind towards the sun, and on camera, it looks like a teardrop pointing sunwards. What do you think? Let's make the numbers simple. The sun is 270 million kilometers away from 3I Atlas right now. A shift of 0.0002 of that distance, that's the non-gravity fraction, is about 54,000 kilometers. So that means the swarm would appear 54,000 kilometers closer to the sun than 3I Atlas, right? if it stays behind. If we look at the sky, that is roughly around 0.7, it's called arc minutes. And guys, the numbers match. That's the exact size of the sunward teardrop spike in the real images. Is that the explanation? Still doesn't explain why 3i Atlas is pushed. And why does the swarm always point towards the sun? Well, as long as interstellar object 3i Atlas is getting that tiny push, and the swarm members behind it do not lose mass or evaporate, because if they vent gas, they would also get pushed. The swarm will always then point towards the sun, narrow down to meet 3i Atlas at perihelion, keep the same shape even as 3i Atlas moves away. And this is exactly what we observed. The teardrop has never changed its angle. It stayed almost the same before and after closest approach, perihelion. So how big could that swarm be actually? And here's the shocking part, guys. Listen closely. If the swarm is big, I don't mean in mass, but in number of tiny pieces, its surface area could be enormous. I give you an example in simple numbers. We have 1 trillion pieces. 1 trillion pieces. It's a lot. Together, they're weighing only 0.1% of the mass of 3i Atlas. But they're giving a surface area that's 100 times larger. So this means 99% of the sunlight would bounce off this swarm and not the main object, so not 3i Atlas. So the coma that we see, that bright glow, could actually be this swarm and not gas. And this fits perfectly with the July 21st Hubble image that we see here. 99% of the light comes from the glow. You put the flashlight in the fog, you can't see the light bulb, but you can see the fog glowing. And only a tiny fraction of the light, really, really tiny, comes from the nucleus. So this is exactly what a swarm model would predict. So if this teardrop that we see really comes from a swarm of objects, what are those objects? Where are they coming from? Are they fragments of rock? Are they pieces of ice? Are they dust clumps that don't evaporate? Are they something artificial? Or are they something entirely unknown? I mean, this thing is not from our solar system. Maybe we have to change our understanding of interstellar objects completely. This is only the third one. We don't know. Really, guys, we do not know. But one thing is clear. The motion of 3i Atlas cannot be explained by gravity alone. And the shape of its glow suggests that it might not be traveling alone. So this mystery, guys, is far from solved. I hope you liked it, guys. Really check out this video here in the end screen, all of the videos. I have a 3i Atlas playlist. You really check out the 13 anomalies, but check out the video that how I explain how it changed course and why it's going to Jupiter. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So like, hype, subscribe. I would love to see you again. Leave me a comment what you think what it is. We're a great group. If you're interested in volcanoes, eruptions, tsunamis, earthquakes, landslides, and what's coming from above, you're right at the best place for that. Thank you, guys. If you want to support the channel, link is in the description. That's my Buy Me a Coffee site. Thank you for being a member and supporting the channel. Thank you for your supers, for watching, and your comments. Stay safe from aliens or from any natural disaster, and really click here. I see you in a second.